Hit
the button. I'm Jen Page.
And I'm John Curtis.
And
we're two nerds
in a garage. Do you think Chris Edgar would approve of our conducting just now?
No.
I think it was pretty fabulous myself. We've got to stop being cheap asses, and we have to buy better stands because I'm constantly having to mess with this. But good morning, nerds.
Morning. It took her 5 seconds to swear.
Hi. It's one of those days.
It's a swearing day?
I really want to check on the Facebooks and see if we are in sync. Is there anybody on the Facebooks looking at this? Let's see. Let's see if we're in sync. Like, yeah, do I look like Justin Timberlake or not? That's all I want to know. Why? Why can't I just look at this? So what's going on, nerds?
What is happening? Happy quarantine week number what?
I don't know. We're done with the quarantine weeks. We're just this is real life now. This is regular life.
Is this real life?
That takes us into our topic.
Wow, but it's too early.
I know. But our topic today is
music related.
Band films. Not really. Okay, so Comic-Con is happening.
Mr. McKee, Mr. Cooper, the Brian's representative.
Good morning. Good morning, Christina Clark. So me and Andrew are on a hunt for Xbox. Nobody has them. That's because Xboxes are stupid, and you need to get a PS4 so you could play with us.
True. Now, should she wait for the new?
I mean, if they want an old one, don't we have an old Xbox around here somewhere?
Yes, that's true.
We should look for
with
that.
Star Wars movies on it.
That would be the greatest nerd prize giveaway ever. At least for now, until we get PlayStation starts going, here, let's give you new ones to give away.
Yeah.
Can I show this picture though of
please.
Christina Avina and her very cool.
It looks like she's wearing something really cool.
Two Nerds in a Garage shirt.
What?
I also love the photo. It looks like it's an ad for us. So I'm going to use this all of our social media like
Thank
we
you.
paid you for that. So thanks. I like it.
Well, we didn't see it.
What do you mean didn't see it? I just put it up. You weren't watching.
Okay. I'll take your word for it. Aha! I knew it
That's what I did. That is what I did. Could you please tell him that he's a stupid face? And that we already saw that?
I guess it is a swearing kind of day.
You make me swear.
Looking good, Christina.
They don't have PS4s either. Well, people are stuck inside, so I think everybody. Are you trying to buy a new one?
Yes. Wait.
Or trying to buy a used one? Because it's finding it hard to believe that nobody has new ones.
Yeah, the new one should be easy to get, especially with the new PS5 coming out.
I'm very confused by that. Is it that everybody's home, so everybody bought them, so they just don't exist anymore?
We are getting two PS5s. You know that, right?
You keep saying we're gonna get two PS5s, but that's like $700 to $1,000 each, and my PS4 is just fine.
It's not.
I'm saying he can get one, and if I'm like, wow, this is actually a lot better, then maybe we get two.
Well, if we get two, she gets the old PS4.
But then she has to wait till December, and they want one now.
Okay.
Dun, dun, dun.
Dun, dun, dun.
And then also Harley has already claimed one of those. Anyway, so Comic-Con is happening. I haven't watched a single panel. Have any of you guys watched anything on Comic-Con? It's free.
How's that happening?
You can do it from home. You can watch the panels, but it's just not the same.
It's not the same.
It's not. Which actually, we have a question from our audience about that.
Really?
Yeah. She says, watching Comic-Con panels, I am missing Comic-Con and all the excitement around it. I'm especially missing getting fully dressed in cosplay and going out into the world. Do you have any advice on how we nerds can fulfill out nerdy needs during this time of quarantine?
My initial response to that is just get dressed up and do your normal errands in cosplay. Like go to the supermarket with your mask and dress.
And this is actually one time you could wear your mask as a cosplayer.
Oh, that's right. I could double as both a pandemic mask and a cosplaying mask.
That's pretty smart.
Pretty smart. However, cosplaying, you go out with the goal and intent of having fun, but would wearing it in the supermarket be more distracting?
Well, it could be fun, I guess, if we made a game out of it. Like we go in separate, we find each other at some aisle, we have a lightsaber battle.
Stuff we're allowed to do.
Well, that's boring. And what else do you do if you're stuck at home and you're like needing to get out your dirty needs?
That's a good question. What do you got? I mean, offered to go to the supermarket dressed as Superman.
If I think about it, I'm so busy lately that I haven't even been playing video games.
I know, that's a problem.
So I think that my nerd needs are being really unmet.
Let's be clear about what you're talking about.
What do you mean?
I was trying to make a sex joke.
Well.
Hey!
Hi, Mama Curtis.
Yeah,
thanks for watching.
Great.
I don't know. Does any of the audience have any suggestions? What can you do to get your nerdy needs met?
And let's be specific. This is a non-sex related question.
You can't cosplay, really. Could you have a cosplay Zoom party and maybe do online games? I know we're zoomed out.
What's the point of a cosplay Zoom if you can't be in person and enjoy someone else's costume?
We have no good answers for our poor nerdy friend, do we?
Oh no, there's got to be a way.
There's a way.
Any suggestions?
There's a will. There's a way. Our audience also has no suggestions. I would really love to see if we are synced in Facebook. Can anybody tell me if we're synced in the Facebook side? I can't watch it and do the show, so it'd be great. I'll wait till I see somebody come up on Facebook and then I'll ask them to tell us. What else happened this week?
I'm trying to, sorry.
No, somebody else, not you, not me, not people who are doing the show. So we've been binging Simpsons.
Yes.
And I have to say that every night there's something very terrifying.
So yes. Right now we're at about 2002, 2003 Simpsons.
Season 16 we just started.
And there are many stories out there documenting how the Simpsons can predict the future. We're just agreeing with those articles.
I mean, like, terrifying. But also it's kind of uncomfortable to watch now because, like, maybe when you're watching it back then, if, like, there was a joke about, like, you know, I don't know, the drunk guy being beat by the cops or something, it was, like, supposed to be funny. It's so not even kind of funny now. Even when Homer chokes Bart, it's just not funny.
It's a little like...
It's just uncomfortable. Times have changed. I'll be interested to see where Simpsons take it.
I mean, him choking Bart's a little funny.
It's not. I'm highly uncomfortable with it. Good morning, Dave Hoffman. Thanks for joining us. Brian McKee has a comment for our nerd who needs their nerd needs filled.
Ooh, please.
He says, I put on my death costume and went to the grocery store and pointed at people. Why is there no video of this? That needs to be documented.
That would be our nerd clip of the week for sure.
Thank you also for looking and telling us that Facebook is in sync, because when we play it afterwards, it's not.
Thank you.
That is a really good tip. I don't think I would have the bravery to do such a crazy thing, but it's hilarious.
And what can we get away with? When are the store's managers' buttons pushed too much?
Yeah.
Like, there's a guy dressed as Superman shopping for artichokes.
But at the other side of it, they're like, but they're wearing their mask and they're not yelling at me for anything stupid. So
you know what though? Like if you're cosplaying and some little kid's like, oh my God, it's Superman. I want to give Superman a hug. Superman's like, no, I'm immune to all sorts of viruses, but stay 6 feet away. The Man of Steel is still about safety.
Yeah. Because you have to be clever and make a funny idea out of it. Like, okay, you stand there and I'm gonna stand here. We're gonna take this photo. Mom, take the photo. We're gonna show people 6 distance.
How the heck does that work at Disneyland? I would take a picture with Alice in Wonderland.
Did you hear about Disneyland's new mask rules?
No.
So like everybody was at Disneyland, like you have to wear a mask unless you were eating. So everybody was just like constantly like, oh, I'm eating. Like you have to wear your mask, or I'm eating. So no one was wearing their mask. So now the rule is you can only eat in designated areas. Wow. You cannot eat walking around in Disney World right now.
We are in the happiest place on earth. Commence rides. No,
but I still want to go. Is that a problem? Does that show you how
the Tokyo amusement park, you're not allowed to cheer?
Oh yeah, you can't scream.
You can't scream on.
I don't think that was Disney though, was it?
It's not Disney.
Yeah,
it's
you can't scream on the ride. There's this. I wish you should probably find the video because you won't have sound, but we can show them. It's just funny because they're just like serious.
I think there's a sign that encourages the scream inside. There is. I'm not even joking.
Yeah. I know. Like the scream is in your heart or something.
Oh, can we pretend that we're going down a roller coaster screaming inside? Ready?
Good morning, nerd Maria. Yep, you're late. Which problem? We have like a baby over there or something? I'm not even going to explain what she's seeing right now. I'm just going to let that
I was
go.
screaming on the inside going down the roller coaster. All right.
No, because you're not allowed to open your mouth.
Oh, yeah. Okay. Ready?
Okay, moving on from that. Back to Simpsons, though. So beyond it being weird now that like some things aren't
They predict everything.
Yeah, like the scariest episode though was whenever Lisa became president after President Trump, and that was what 2001 2000, and we just both were like,
they predicted that. Didn't they? They predicted some.
And she had to fix the whole economy in the world because he had messed.
There's a pandemic episode. There's.
Oh, I know, it's terrifying. I don't like it. I don't like it. I think this might be. I can't grab that comment. That's the one thing on StreamYard. I was like,
scream inside your heart.
That's what the sign says. Yes. And finally, for this week, I will admit I did not get to watch Silent Venom. Did any of you get a chance to watch it?
And I'll know because I could hear the breaking of your hearts through the text messages.
If you watch Silent Venom, we are still open to your
feedback,
your riffs on baby John Curtis. We still have prizes for you. But I was insanely busy with like 4 projects this week that I haven't watched it. But our goal is to stream it live. So we just have to get the rights and then we can all watch it together and riff on him live. And that will be the best thing ever.
Truly.
So if you haven't watched it yet,
our sadomasochistic side.
Hold off on that. Okay.
Oh, I have a little bone to pick with you before we move on.
Okay.
So I had some inside intel from a family member.
Okay.
Last week, we talked about Henry Cavill putting together his own PC.
Mm-hmm.
And you were, I would say, a little nonchalant about it. Who cares?
But the dude making a PC.
Exactly. That was your reaction. Yeah. However, personal intel from a very close family member indicates that you had a big crush on Henry Cavill.
No.
Yes.
See, here's the thing. Okay. I'm going to tell you something about my family, including this one here. They all think I have these like super like crushes or like things over celebrities, and I never do. Did I think Henry Cavill was good looking in when he first came out of Superman? Mm-hmm. Yes. I don't think he's so good looking now, probably because I know more about maybe his personal life, or he's just.
This is from your daughter.
This really, like, this ticks me off so bad.
This is from your daughter. Hold on. This is her impression of you watching him after he comes on the TV.
I've never in my life done that since I was like 13 years old.
You did it in front of her and didn't realize it.
Maybe she's exaggerating.
It's okay. He's a good-looking guy.
I wouldn't have no problem saying I have a huge crush on somebody. Like I have like a fangirl crush on Dan Levy. It's not an attractive crush. I mean, I think he's adorable, but like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'll tell you like, oh, I want to work with that person so bad, or I want to, be their friend. Like I would say, Emma Thompson, that's my future best friend. She just doesn't know it yet. I don't have it. I think him and Chris Hemsworth, that everybody thinks I've been obsessed with. Are they good looking? Sure. But they're good looking in a boring way. And I'm got this like chisels and blah, blah. Actually, I think Chris Hemsworth was the best good looking as Fat Thor, because at least then he had some character. But also,
I can arrange that.
But also, I don't find it. You have to have an interesting personality for me. And I just don't find that. Like, I find like they're just normal, nice dudes. I don't why. Like, if you didn't have this like weird, nerdy, like, and also sometimes I want to choke you out thing about you, we wouldn't be together.
I didn't come up with this intel. Your daughter did.
But you're forcing it and you're saying it's okay. I believe her and not you.
Well, I believe she believes what she recollects.
Well, also, let's think about Harley is one of those people who, like, she fangirls. She loves certain guys. She's obsessed with them as celebrity. That's not who I am. I was when I was younger. New Kids on the Block, Danny, for sure. Belle Biv DeVoe, Ronnie. I'm sure I probably at one point, maybe Luke Perry during 90210 phases. Definitely Jared Leto, My So-Called Life. Like, but back then, now I'm like, they're people.
Interesting.
Meh. I'm sorry. You know what? I'm going to go out and find some crushes and let you sit at home playing video games. Sounds like he wants me to have a crush. Dave Hoffman says, Max Greenfield. Yes, another person that I want to work with so bad. But again, it's not.
No, I know you're not attracted to Max Greenfield. You've never looked at him on TV and gone.
You know who I have looked at TV and done that to? John L. Curtis.
Oh.
I keep showing that picture of you from playing with Beethoven with your cute little eyes looking up. And I'm like, oh, it's so cute.
It's good direction. What can I say?
And with that, okay, Christian. Oh, is this a Silent Venom comment?
Uh-oh.
What CGI was better, the snake at the beginning of Silent Venom or the CGI of Yoda in Phantom Menace?
Well, Christian, I'm glad you mentioned that because there was no CGI of Yoda in the Phantom Menace. Trick question, wasn't it? He was a puppet in the first movie.
No, Yoda is real.
Well, he was actually a real puppet. He wasn't CGI.
La 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 la. Yoda,
did you just sing a song? La 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 la.
Don't we're gonna get like sued for copyright or something.
Speaking of which,
I really wish, like, I really need us to do this live.
Wait, does that warrant a prize?
I think you can get a little bit more John Curtis riffing on that, especially you, Christian, of all people. Okay, can I show you a Happy Nerd clip of the week?
Please.
Or should we watch your Happy Nerd clip of the week first?
Watch mine because mine's pretty inconsequential.
Okay.
Came across this on Nerdist, and it's terrifying in a scientific, nerdy way. Like, if this is how we're gonna die when the big volcano erupts.
Oh, that's lovely.
Yeah, check it out. A lava flow.
Okay, here we go.
That you can't outrun.
Is there supposed to be sound on this?
Nope. But
Oh.
look at it.
Really?
Look how fast it's flowing.
That's your nerd clip?
That's my nerd clip. It's so cool. Look at that.
I'm glad you guys can see my face while we watch this.
What? That's
boring
awesome.
Nerd clip.
That's not.
Okay. If you say so. I thought we were going to see something just like, I don't know. Something. Wasn't even any sound. Wasn't even roaring lava sound.
But it's lava you can't outrun. There's
Yeah,
a whole movie about that.
It's terrifying.
Except in Volcano with Tommy Lee Jones, the lava moved like this. And they turned that into a suspense. It's gonna get us. It's like the steamroller rolling at him.
Jason Barton, have you guys always had headphones? I think he's sleep deprived from baby. New baby.
Yeah, that's right. Have you guys always been on this podcast? Has it always been two nerds?
Have you always been the whitest people on YouTube?
We try to white balance. Doesn't work all the time.
Jason Barton, yes, from the very day one. I actually was against having the headphones in the beginning because I hate how, like, I don't know, it's just stupid. Although now I like how it kind of hides my bad hair days. But he was like, no, we have to have the headphones. It's signature.
Did I insist on them?
Yeah. You're like, it's our signatures, our gamer headphones. Plus, it's really hard not to hear what's going on and know what you guys are hearing if we don't have them.
Yeah.
Because we don't have like a tech person who's like operating all this stuff.
Hello.
And again, we don't have a tech person who's operating all this stuff. Oh, before we nerd clip of the week, the other thing happened this week.
What?
John finished Schitt's Creek, my second viewing of it.
So
Are you
good.
in love with it like I am?
Everyone
and also very
needs-
sad it's over.
It's super sad. In quarantine, you won't find a finer gem than Schitt's Creek.
Happiness and the stuff that makes you sob is actually because you're sobbing out of like love of some kind, like happiness. And I watched the documentary again and sobbed through the whole thing again.
It's just one of those nice, perfect little shows that just went on for 6 years, and you're like, oh my God, where was this whole time?
I remember watching it. I think I watched it pretty much from the beginning, but I remember thinking no one else is watching this. Like I thought I was the only one watching it because no one was talking about it on Facebook or anything. And now everyone's talking about it and it's over.
Well, you saw Netflix get their dig their claws into that right away.
Netflix, you can dig your claws into me, just FYI. I have things you can put up there.
You're feeling randy this morning.
I'm very hungry. I'm sleep deprived. And I'm overworked. This is like Jen Page drunk. Like if I were to drink, this is what you get. So you're lucky I don't drink.
We have some
Emily, first off, welcome nerd.
Welcome nerd.
You haven't watched Schitt's Creek? This is your homework for the week. You're going to go to Netflix. You're going to start Schitt's Creek. The 6th season isn't on there yet, but we will give you a way to watch the 6th season through Pop somehow. Because we had to sign into Pop to watch it. But it's so worth it. It's worth buying it. I should just buy it and own it. I should buy the DVDs and put them on my bookshelf just to stare at. It's one of my top 5 favorite shows ever.
Boob. Did I say boob? Hold on. It's going to be in your Facebook feed now. I guarantee you.
Oh, for sure.
Schitt's Creek ad DVD set.
Along with Silent Venom. Oh, there's Silent Venom abs. There's no Silent Venom abs. They'll probably give me ads for
Abs?
snakes. There's no abs either.
How dare you? You don't know what young John Curtis was sporting back then?
Oh, I know you used to have abs. And then you met me and we just eat. Like we eat. Like you would think we had no food some days. And then some days we're just like making up for all the days we didn't have food.
What are we going to do for lunch today?
Well, I mean, there's a burger stand in Van Nuys that apparently this 90-year-old man owns.
90,
and it's
not
going
9.
out of business. And he still flips the burgers and everything himself. And it's like the super famous burger stand in Van Nuys where we live. And we've never heard of it until today. And now they're closing because like of COVID and stuff. So we're like, well, we better go have lunch there to support him.
He's 90 plus years old.
I'm just saying it's not for us.
It's
for him. We are good people.
And science.
For science. That's like White Castle. When you eat White Castle, it's for science.
Oh, my limit's 6, but I'm working on it.
Christian, would you guys watch Schmidt's Creek? Yes, I would.
Wow. We got to remember that for a topic.
And now.
Crossover shows.
Yeah. Yeah. I think
Schmidt's.
Christian does deserve a prize for that.
All right. So we're rolling the dice. We have some great prizes here from Celtic Storm Design.
While you roll, Maria, I have nerd news. Sorry, John, but I heard that D&D movie release has been moved from November 2021 to May 2021. What?
Okay. First of all,
it's going back
there's
in
a
time.
lot to unpack there. What?
What?
A D&D movie? You can't just mention that. What?
Okay,
Who's in it?
I'm assuming she meant from November 2020 to May 2021.
Yeah. Well, no. Oh, yeah, that makes sense.
And
Wait, no, it doesn't. Wait.
And let's also unpack that his sister, Maria's John's sister, is hoping that he'll cry on air for you.
Yeah. I'll give you a cry on air. Pew, pew, pew. There's your cry. Pew.
Christian says he'll take the burger from the old dude. Come join us. We can social distance. We'll like buy burgers 6 feet apart and eat them across the way.
But in the
wave at each other.
meantime,
All right, what's he getting for a prize?
all right, rolling the 20-sider, which I divided up into 5.
Oh, it's even worse. It's May 2022.
So that's 3.
Oh, God,
1,
John's doing math
2,
to know what prize you get from the Celtic Storm Designs. I don't know if Christian's going to appreciate this.
That's a good one.
I don't know. Like, are you guys into like sort of like you and your family like into like crystal-y type stuff? And I don't picture Christian being that way.
Wendy could like it, his wife.
You think she'd like it?
Yeah.
You know, he has like the
Maybe
living
his
room set
kids.
that's like these cool rock crystal things and these handmade unique coasters. I don't know. We'll let him pick from the
All right.
prize bag later because we got to move on.
Okay.
I want to show you my nerd clip of the week before we get into our topic. So I watched a show called The Order. The first season was really fun. I was pretty addicted. It's on Netflix.
It's pretty nerdy, right? There's magic and stuff.
Oh yeah, it's magic. It's werewolves and witches. And the second season has, sorry guys, but it's The Order people who made it. It's not been great. I'm not the only one who feels that way. It's been hard to get into. But then came episode 8. And I only watch it kind of in the background while I'm working or when I'm trying to go to sleep at night. I'll watch.
I have
more of
not
it.
seen any of these.
Okay. So episode 8 comes and they jump the shark so bad, but it's the best moment in Order history. And I'm going to show you one clip from it and then I'll have you find it for your own. All right. So let me pull this. I guess I got to put this on screen first.
Yeah.
We need a tech person.
We do.
And playing. Oh, great.
She destroyed the Vatty Maycom. How can you vote for her?
The way I see it, she saved us from Edward.
Is that?
She brought the wolves to heel, and now they're our trusted allies. She also just cut the head off Praxis.
Ian Ziering, put your mask back on and stop using your celebrity glamour.
Okay, couple things. One, I can't turn this off.
Okay. So if that wasn't amazing enough, I'm going to give you spoilers. If you want to watch the rest of The Order, go like this until I wave you back. But so first of all, I was like, oh my God, they got Ian Ziering to play this role.
Right.
But then he was playing himself, which had me laughing. I had to pause it. I was laughing, crying. It was amazing. Then later, she's like, we're going to take over this whole thing and we're going to have the new Grand Magus. And then the new Grand Magus takes off his mask and it's Jason Priestley. As Jason Priestley. And of course, they're having a tiff. And then like they're having like jokes over Sharknado and like who's better. And then in the end, Jason Priestley gets killed, as he should. I loved 90210. I loved the reboot. Don't get me wrong, I'm a fan. But in the show, as he should, he was a jerk. And then Ian Ziering is going to get rewarded with forever eternal like fame and glory in this for his help fixing this problem. So they put a bag on him and they give the spell, they take the bag off, and now he looks like Jason Priestley for the rest of his life. I don't know. I just thought it was freaking amazing.
Did they jump the shark or did they find their stride?
I don't know, but I loved every part of it. All right, you can come back in if you have muted yourself. Oh, nice, Christian. Didn't you mean jump the Sharknado?
Oh, God.
I can't wait till we can riff you. He plays himself. Dave says he plays himself in Domino as well. What is Domino?
I don't know.
That the movie with Keira Knightley? That was like a serious movie, though. Is there something else? I don't know.
Hey,
but
he's making a lot of money.
Ian Ziering playing himself is always awesome, amazing, and that's because I think it's because he just owns it.
He doesn't play himself in the Sharknado movies, does he? No.
But I'm sure he's played himself more than once. And honestly, if you didn't watch the 90210 reboot, I think you missed out if you were a fan of the original, because I enjoyed every second of it, and I was so bummed that they weren't coming back. And even in the order they make fun of it, they're like, "Oh, it couldn't be worse than that 90210 reboot or something." And it's just like,
I liked it. That's the one where Gabrielle Carteris is the president of SAG, right?
Yeah.
Like she is in real life.
Yeah.
Okay.
There's like things that were actual the real life and things that weren't.
Yeah.
It's kind of like Jim Carrey's new book where you're like reading it going, this is kind of his real life, but it's not. It's very confusing, but I liked it. Okay. So we got to get to our
Yes.
topic of the day. Okay. What was our official name what is it? Greatest band films never made. So John brought me this topic. And at first I was like, I don't know if I would have any bands. I don't know enough about band history, but as a director who loves to make music movies.
I was going to say.
I know, and I want to make a band film so bad. And one of the greatest band films ever made in my mind is Bohemian Rhapsody.
I was going to say there's a whole
so
influx of all these band, biopics.
And every time they come out, I'm like, oh, another one that I didn't get to direct. So I decided I would take on the challenge of figuring out bands so that I could start researching and be able to maybe pitch me making a band movie. And then it turned out I had to stop myself. I had like probably 20. I narrowed it down to 9.
Wow. And I came to him like, let's come up with 3 to 5 each. So you go first then, because I don't have that many.
Okay. So while we're doing this though, folks, I want you guys to think of your bands that you think would make great band movies, because I want to add them to my list of people I should research and know more about.
Who's going to star in them?
So number one, I thought was a kind of obvious one. It'd be hard to get the rights to. They don't give their rights to songs out, but they would have an epic movie. It's
Beatles.
Led Zeppelin.
Oh.
Because not only they have really great rock and soundtrack, but they were alive through all of the what?
Rockin' soundtrack.
Rockin'. Wait, is that the devil sign?
No, wait. Rockin'.
Rockin'.
Wait, rock.
Wait, what's this one? Rad.
This is like
we need an ASL interpreter right now. We are the worst. All right. So what's one of yours?
Okay. Oh wait, who would play Led Zeppelin though?
Oh, I couldn't even get into casting.
Okay.
That's a whole nother like.
You know what would be great about Led Zeppelin biopic? I don't know anything about them except for their songs.
Exactly.
I would like to know.
I agree.
So I'm going to start us off with, when I came to her with this idea, I was like, wouldn't you want to know the Hall & Oates story?
To which
That's
I said,
my first one.
no.
Hall & Oates. Yes, you would.
Why?
Because after I came up with this idea and I thought of Hall & Oates, I'm like, yeah, I would like to know Hall & Oates' story. And it turns out they have a cool meeting story, which is a great jumping off point for a movie.
What's the short story on
The short story is they were both slated to play in their separate bands at this one venue. And then a frat fight broke out with chains. This is in the late 60s, with chains and guns. And so they both are evacuating. There's shots fired and they're in the same elevator together. They're like, hey, you were supposed to play? Yeah, I was supposed to play here too. All right, I'm blah. And then they became roommates, and then they became Hall & Oates,
like an odd
and then they became
pair.
METHODOFLOVE.
I do love a good meet cute, so I'm interested. Okay.
See, isn't that cool? And then you could throw in sex, drugs, and more rock and roll.
Christian is really good at the riffs on you, I would say. Or this one's kind of towards me, but Jen wouldn't want a movie of Hall & Oates because she's a man eater.
I want to say I'm both happy and disgusted at that joke.
Hoffman says, having seen Eurovision, a biopic on ABBA would probably be totally cool and bizarre. We couldn't get through Eurovision.
We could not.
But I might be more. I don't even think. I think that we've had enough ABBA from the what's the name? Mamma Mia movies.
Yeah.
And they're done really well there. And I don't think I need any more ABBA.
But that has nothing to do with ABBA.
I know, but it's just that we've already had.
We have a story.
We've already had 2 movies of their songs.
Mamma Mia.
Okay, now that's gonna be in our head. Thanks a lot, Hoff. Thanks a lot. All day we're gonna be singing that. And my number 2, Rolling Stones.
Oh man, you chose the big ones.
Well, like, of course, if you're gonna do an epic band movie, you go epic.
They have not. They've been around so long, and they still. Don't you think they're? I don't want to see anything happen to the Rolling Stones. Knock on wood. Don't you think they would want to get a biopic out now while they're alive?
Yes. Come on. Give me a call, Mick. Let's do this. Can you imagine the stories? There's so many stories. And the acting, like people who have to find that
physicality. Who would do it? Who would do it? Andy Serkis, the guy that plays Gollum, plays Mick Jagger.
Okay, this is why we're not going to cast in this show because he angers me with his casting. Who's your next?
Okay.
Brian McKee says Meatloaf.
Yes. Who plays Meatloaf in Hollywood? Jack Black.
It's not cast. It's a movie.
Done.
There you go.
He would do it too.
Christian has a good idea. A Fleetwood Mac film. There's a lot of drama in that band. So
really, like what?
Oh yeah, like it wasn't like the guitarist and then the lead and like the romance and then then they weren't together, but they were still playing together, which also reminds me of No Doubt, possibly the same kind of thing. But Fleetwood's during that great era though that you could. I'm not a big fan of their music.
I am. I love their music.
Charlie Daniels. Is he a country singer?
Who's Charlie Daniels?
I know the name, and I know it through my dad. So I don't know if it's because it's country or if it's just very 70s.
Maybe he meant the Charlie Day biopic.
You're not even a millennial. You're not even a millennial. Okay, what's your next one?
Okay, I'm gonna actually change the order because I want to get the big ones out of the way. Madonna. Oh, come on.
I just feel like we've seen like actual documentaries with her. We've seen it. We've done it. We've been there. It's not that interesting.
I want to be in the movie and be like, babe, this is the part where she has sex with Dennis Rodman. Look, come on. She's
Please
fascinating.
Don't make that movie, Hollywood. Please don't.
This is why she's fascinating. Because she's an icon. She's built this whole empire around herself. She lived a fascinating life doing whatever that
I'm not
she wanted
disagreeing
to
with
do.
you. And when I was younger, I dressed like Madonna. Me and my friends used to lip sync to Madonna on like for videos and for like competitions.
Wouldn't everyone go out and see a Madonna biopic?
There's certain people would, but I'm just telling you, we've already seen it. She's put her whole life out for us. It's not like there's anything hidden.
But
like when you said Led Zeppelin, you're like, I don't know their story, but Madonna, you know her story.
Do we though? Oh, we don't.
Oh gosh, Christian, a Rick Astley movie, and then when you think the film is going to start, you get Rick rolled. Or is it not a Rick Astley movie? It's the Madonna movie,
and you get Rick rolled during it.
Now I watched that one.
What?
Okay, my next one. I did mostly bands like rock bands, but I've always wanted to make a 90s R&B film because I was like a big 90s R&B girl. Unfortunately, New Edition has already been done. Did we
watch that together?
You might have watched part of it.
Oh yeah.
You would have never sat and watched the whole thing with me because it was like a mini series.
Okay, I did watch some of that.
I enjoyed it. It was a little hokier than I would have done it, but I liked it a lot. But so I was like, trying to think of other bands. So I'm like, maybe Jodeci. I don't know. I need another 90s R&B band. Maybe I could just, a lot of the R&Bs that was singers. I didn't want to say like Babyface or I don't know.
I feel like Jodeci is higher on their list than it should be. Or not. I mean, it should be higher on your list. You mention them all the time.
Well, I mean, Jodeci was huge in the 90s, like when I was back listening to a lot of R&B.
Okay. Check this out. Oh, by the way, who played Madonna in the biopic?
Margot Robbie.
I like. I've got Billy Joel. The Billy Joel story.
Okay.
Uptown Girl, the Billy Joel story.
Okay.
Piano Man.
I mean, you said bands, so I didn't go with singers.
Oh, well, okay.
But okay, maybe.
You would love to see that.
No, I wouldn't. I mean, I don't know. You want to tell your Billy Joel story though, because it always makes you happy to tell it.
They've all heard it.
No, Christian's probably heard it. Brian McKee hasn't heard it. Dave Hoffman hasn't heard it.
There'll be a part in the biopic where Billy Joel is in Germany in 1993/94, and he'll turn to some guy on the corner, an American, a young kid, who notices it's Billy Joel in Germany, and he'll say, or the kid will say, "Uptown Girl," and he'll turn to that kid and go, "That's a good song," and walk off. History.
How old were you?
18.
Oh, old enough to know better. Yes, Christian. New Kids on the Block film. Say hello to your mother for me.
Wait,
I would make a New Kids on the Block film.
He just thought Mark Wahlberg is in New Kids on the Block.
Well, his brother is.
Oh yeah, I forgot.
I'm with you, Christian. Are they on my page? No, they're not on my page. But I would think that could be fun. And then, like, you know, I get to sing I was a New Kids fan, like, doing all the concerts, like wearing the gear.
What is this group you speak of?
Dave Hoffman has another good one. TLC. There is some good drama in the TLC.
Is that the Beyonce?
No, that's
Destiny's Child. I guess I need to see a TLC. TLC.
Whatever. There'd be a tragic death. There'd be like this great rise to fame, and then a tragic death, and like, And you could really give TLC. You could give some great Black women some amazing roles to play. Yeah, I like it.
All right, what else you got?
I have Nirvana.
Okay, I would love to see that. How has that story not been made?
Because they're waiting for me to tell it. Do not make that movie without me, Hollywood.
Holy crap, the most tragic, like, it's just right. It's perfect for a movie.
It is. It's fantastic. I wonder if it's because, like, the person who holds the rights doesn't want to.
But who? He's dead. It's his rights.
No, doesn't
the family
his
estate?
Ex-wife hold the rights?
No, because she would have cashed in a long time ago.
No, wasn't
right?
that the whole drama? See, this is why we need a movie. We need to know the real story. And it's great. You know, you have a great soundtrack, and you have this whole Seattle scene you could get into.
Oh yeah,
Malia would basically kill me if I didn't cast her in it. You know,
who plays
Kurt Cobain?
Yeah,
I don't know, guys. Who plays Kurt Cobain?
So we're talking Kurt Cobain at around mid to late 20s.
I'm trying to think of a young actor,
a young up and comer.
I don't even know. Cassie's hard.
Eddie Redmayne.
Oh God,
as Kurt Cobain.
All right,
I'm kidding.
Who's next? Who's next?
I've got. Okay, I'm gonna save my best for last. But I'm gonna go in Aha.
Uh-huh.
And maybe like Hoffman had mentioned like the Eurovision movie, but it's a Scandinavian group, right? Maybe on the heels of Eurovision, this sort of biopic.
I'm not gonna go watch a whole movie about the freaking band who made "Take on Me."
Yes, I want to see that movie.
I think it's hilarious that both he and my daughter, who is now 17, think it's like the greatest 80s song ever made.
It is the quintessential 80s song. Oh, it's the best 80s song ever made.
Also, I agree with you on Leto would play Kurt Cobain if it was
20 years ago.
Yeah, I think he's too old now.
What?
And then Brian McKee's jumping on your ridiculous 80s bandwagon with some Oingo Boingo.
There you go. We need to see these stories.
Well, what if you made an 80s movie that was about sort of all the bands that made the 80s? Like the sort of mishmash. Maybe it's not totally factual, but it could be a fun, I can see it. It'd be like you would kind of make up the facts to put them all in the same world.
You want to do a review of 80s.
I totally want to do it. That'd be so fun. You would love it. It'd be all 80s music.
God darn it.
And Dave Hoffman is agreeing with Brian McKee's Oil Boingo. Dave agrees. Oh my God, you guys are weirdos. Okay, another one that I would be interested in is an Oasis film. You have this amazing sort of like, I'm going to say not necessarily hipster soundtrack, but definitely like a laid back vibe. I don't really know anything about them.
Yeah.
And where did they go?
What did they do?
They had a huge success, and I don't know where they are.
Do we care?
Oh man, I loved Oasis. I loved that especially that one album.
I feel like he's still doing stuff. Like I'm still producing.
What's your next one?
All right, my last is Def Leppard.
Def Leppard is on my list.
Oh, I thought for sure we'd have no crossover move.
Okay, so I watched the movie they did on on Motley Crue.
Okay.
And I thought it was kind of cheesy and corny, probably on purpose, but I also liked it. I think you could do a more gritty version of Def Leppard. You've got the music. You've got
one-armed drummers. You got a one-armed drummer.
Wow, that's
What?
This is why John is not a screenwriter. Although you are writing something now, so you're like a screenwriter.
I'm
for
sorry.
Only nerd things.
Truth. You don't want to see a feel-good story about a one-armed drummer making it in a major band.
No, I want to see the whole Def Leppard
Well,
story.
of course.
Oh my gosh.
Did you know that they were named Def Leppard, DEAF? before
Apparently
they
we're
changed it?
stupid because McKee says already done one when the drummer got hurt.
Wait, they've already had a Def Leppard? What?
I don't know. I'll have to look that up. I also thought, or maybe Bon Jovi.
Oh.
Because I do think that they're a very beloved band. Their songs are like karaoke gods of songs.
And in the end, could they fictionalize the Bon Jovi movie and then have him get shot? And then he could be like, shot down.
No.
In a blaze of glory.
But I was thinking how at the end you could go and see them now because like Bon Jovi's still a very handsome man. I don't think he was on the drugs and alcohol like the rest of these groups were.
Or he's got the genes
I guess I'll
to handle
continue
it.
because you didn't have any more.
Yes.
But I think you might agree with some of these.
Oh, I do have one more.
Okay, what's your next one?
Well, you have more than me.
Okay.
Go for it.
Chicago.
Oh, I like
Mostly
that.
because I'd get to make the most epic love story. Like their soundtrack would be this epic because there's songs.
But is there an epic love story associated with Chicago?
Well, in my band film that I'm making, this is about me. I think he keeps forgetting that. This is about the movie I want to make.
Apparently.
I would make one. I actually went back and forth. I was like, would it be a movie like the Bruce Springsteen movie where what was it? Blinded by the Light, where it was like a movie not about Bruce Springsteen but inspired by, and it was only his music.
Oh
on it.
yeah.
I was like that could be a great Chicago idea because the love songs are insane.
Did we like that movie?
I liked it.
Yeah, it was nice.
We thought it was a little long.
It was.
But I also think like there's a lot, like Chicago's been around for a freaking million years. So there's probably a million stories you could tell.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know any of them. Dave Hoffman brought up one. I mean, Beasties 2.0. Oh, Beatles.
I'd rather see Beastie Boys.
I thought it was
biopic.
Beastie Boys. And now I don't think it's as cool. Beatles, done.
Yeah.
Blah. Taking it down.
But Beastie
I'm going
Boys.
to pretend you said Beastie Boys.
No, seriously, that'd be a great one.
I almost put them on my list, but I'm just not that big of a fan. So
What?
yeah.
What?
I think that people are, but for me, like I never got into them. I think there was like at the time they were really famous. I think I was more into like LL Cool J, if I remember correctly. Trying to get the time frame right. LL Cool J. Let's make a movie together in any way you want. I was in love with LL Cool J for very many years. Many years.
Yeah, and you do like saying "Mama say knock you out."
No, I always say don't call it a comeback constantly. I'm always saying that. McKee, are you agreeing with Dave on Dave now says Beastie Boys were epic, and then McKee says agree with Dave. Is that about Beatles 2.0?
Or is it about Beastie Boys? It's about Beastie Boys.
We're gonna assume that.
All right, my last one.
Okay.
Is, and everyone kind of touched upon this already by mentioning Jared Leto, 30 Seconds to Mars. But then I got the thinking, not necessarily about the band, which he's got one or two songs that we like, but a Jared Leto biopic.
Yeah, maybe because I mean, like it is kind of his life has taken this weird, fascinating turn from being like the cute star boy to this sort of eccentric musician
/ amazing actor /
I don't know. I don't
he does everything.
My next one, which I'm surprised you don't have, is Journey.
Oh, I would see it in a second.
Think of the epic soundtrack that goes along with a Journey movie.
Bring it.
I know nothing about them. I do know they're still continuing with a new lead singer, which is Adam Lambert still doing that.
I don't know.
No, he's doing Queen.
Yeah.
They're still continuing on one way or another.
How does this not track in like focus groups and everything like that? Everyone wants to see a Journey biopic.
Hoffman asks, could a band film be about producers in general? The Def Jam's record story. Oh, I love movies that are about like the record labels. I remember watching, there was like the Motown film I watched, even like, God, I'm forgetting. There was another one I watched. Oh, that show that was on HBO or Showtime. Remember that show that was about like, but it was basically about the record labels, but it was fictional.
I didn't even watch Empire.
I don't watch Empire because I feel it's a little dramatic for me, but McKee agrees on "Oh Hell Yeah" Journey.
Mm-hmm.
And right, Hoffman Death Row Records. I mean, for me, I wouldn't necessarily. I would think that there'd be a more suited director for those, but I do think they'd be fascinating.
Can you imagine that scene in the Journey biopic where it's just dark before the like you hear this huge stadium that's filled and you hear the piano playing at the beginning of
No.
Strangers. But it's please help me out with the name of that song, the most famous song ever.
Don't Stop Believing?
Yes. And the piano just starts playing. Oh, let's see that movie. Can we go see that movie right now?
Can I make that movie?
I know.
I would make that movie. And then I'd have to learn about them though, because I don't know anything about them. All right, my final one.
Okay.
I wouldn't say it's my top one, but I think it would be possibly really fascinating. So I was thinking Crosby, Stills, and Nash, and here's why. Remember when we watched the David Crosby, Remember My Name?
Yes.
Which was directed by A.J. Eaton, produced by Cameron Crowe, my directing father God.
Father. Or Father God.
Either way, same thing. I pray to him at night. What I thought was so fascinating was that he'd basically been around every single amazingly famous, huge legend ever. Like the relationship with him and Janis Joplin. Like did I just say that like Moira? Janis Joplin. Schitt's Creek, guys. Schitt's Creek. You get our inside jokes. There's just you would get to cross so many different musical icons. You would get musical epic things like Woodstock. There'd be so many things you could do following this band's journey. That's why I thought it would be really interesting. But the thing is, I'm full disclosure, I don't even really know their songs. Although when I hear a song, I'm usually like, oh, that's a good song.
Mm-hmm.
But I wouldn't be able to pick a song out of a lineup. So I'm probably not the right director for it, even though I would love to make it. But yeah. Cadillac Records was a great movie, says Christian. I feel like I didn't watch that. That was with Adrian Brody, I think. Maybe I'll have to watch it because I haven't seen it. I think it was a period piece.
I keep thinking of Empire Records.
If we're forgetting any bands, please put them in. But I love everybody's suggestions. I love our lists. I think I want to start researching them and trying to figure out who I can pitch to get one of these movies
Journey
made.
Thing.
It's time for your favorite time of the day.
What time is that, you ask? This is the day you speak. Hello.
So as I told you last night, I have no nerd news this week because I have not been on the internet. So I'm hoping you have fun things that have happened this week.
Well, I have one fun thing that Dave Hoffman has foreshadowed.
Oh.
Nerd news. ABBA is going to release 5 new songs in 2021.
What?
Yes.
I wonder if they're going to have that same like 70s vibe.
I don't know. Everyone's wondering. Everyone's talking about it.
I'm curious. I'm not necessarily an ABBA fan, but there are some songs I love, which I will say also when it comes to ABBA, I don't want to offend ABBA. You guys are legends and all that, but I actually liked some of the versions from Mamma Mia better than the ABBA version.
I can see that.
Yeah. But I also, that's what the same thing with Glee, ABBA. Like I put Adele in the same category. Like she's amazing, but there's some Adele songs I liked better sang by Rachel Berry, or
that's the magic of a show like that.
Lady Gaga. There's some great Lady Gaga songs that Glee's did that I like. I like the the one that comes to mind the most is that song "Fun" or the band Fun. You know what I'm talking about? We're too young, or we're all young, or help us out. Yeah. I adore the Glee version of it. Like I used to listen to it on repeat, and it's like all of them, like Rachel and Corey and all them. I don't really like the Fun version as much. Their version's more fun.
Good.
Okay.
My favorite Glee song is the Journey song in the pilot, by the way. Journey again.
Well, it's a great pilot.
So,
great moment.
I have some nerd news that is a little more somber.
Oh no.
We all know Darth Maul. Have you heard this nerd news yet?
No.
Ray Park is the man who plays Darth Maul.
Okay.
Have you heard this news?
No.
Okay.
But I'll tell you my thought afterwards.
Ray Park has kind of had a rejuvenation of his career. He was just in the movie Solo, where he reprised his role as Darth Maul, remember?
Mm-hmm.
With no legs, but in a sort of mechanical way.
I don't remember, but okay.
He posted on Instagram a video of himself getting filleted.
No.
Yes.
Okay, I'll scratch off what I just wrote.
What did you just write?
Ray Park on show? Question mark.
Yeah, it would be quite the get if he would talk
Now
about
I
why in the
scratched it
world he would jeopardize his whole rejuvenated career. Like, Disney's
Did he
gonna
put it up?
Yes. Disney's gonna be like, what are you doing? Bye.
Well, and Hollywood in general, there's a really bad cancel culture that like you can't even do a little bit of mess up, which I kind of appreciate because it's keeping people really kind of straight and narrow. But it's also really crazy. Like you could be having sex with your wife on video and you still might get some cancel.
What are you talking about?
I'm just saying,
You
like,
can't post pictures of you or video of you having sex with your wife on the internet.
I'm just saying, but like,
Wait, that's porn. I guess you could.
I'm just saying the cancel culture is pretty rigid.
Oh, okay. Yeah,
So-
not if you're Ray Park. Can't put up porn. Can't be Darth Maul.
I'm
and
gonna
do
go
porn.
back to our audience with happier news because that
Wait, but that is nerd news.
Dave Hoffman wants us to know that ABBA performed on one of the very first SNLs before they were huge, like the second or third episode ever.
Ooh, I want to go back and see that found footage.
Found footage.
Yeah, I'm sure it's on YouTube somewhere.
I'm sure it is. Tell me you have some happier nerd news.
No, that's it. We're going out on the beach.
Guys, please give us some nerd news. What else is happening? Anything? What about your lives? Is there good news in your lives you can share with us? What can I share? I'm making 3 music videos in August.
That's awesome.
2 of them are from Chris Edgar's musical Danny in the Darkness. Super nerdy because it's about like this guy who gets cancer. And then when you see the inside of him, but it's just real people, but they're knights and they're fighting the cancer. So apparently inside of our bodies, there's like knights trying to take care of all the dark ones that we're sending down there with our White Castle and our Slurpees. By them, I mean me. It's really kind of nerdy, but the songs, Chris Edgar makes epic songs. I'm very excited.
I heard the song. It's amazing. Chris
Very
Edgar's a
excited.
talented dude.
Dave says for nerd news, San Andreas 2. Okay. Actually, I think I liked the first one. If I want to be I think it was fun. Wasn't it The Rock?
I was about to say, yes, it was. I was about to say, name one thing that happened, but I know she would come back.
No,
with
there was like,
earthquake.
no, wasn't that the one Hoffman? Help me out here. Wasn't that the one where what did Brian say? I got crazy gift for your 50th show. What show are we on now? 33. We're so close, guys. We're so close. I wonder what that crazy gift is.
17
I
more
also like that
shows.
nerd news. Wasn't San Andreas where like the building was falling and The Rock had to jump into the building to get his wife? Or was that the other Rock movie with the build about skyscraper?
I think you just mentioned the name of the movie. Skyscraper.
But I
where The Rock
that was it.
freaking hangs off with a prosthetic limb.
Did you watch it?
No.
It's super entertaining. The Rock does no bad movies. He does entertaining movies. Hey, Rock, do you want to come on our show and 10 minutes, just talk to us, say hey about your great movies? We'll just tell him he can't be on the show. Like you can actually co-host with me if you want, because he doesn't like you.
She will do whatever you say.
like The Rock though.
I do.
Come on, when he did that cameo appearance in the We Are Family, the wrestler movie, wasn't it not an adorable cameo?
It was a
appearance?
very adorable movie.
I was right. San Andreas was the helicopter saving his daughter, and she was like in the building, right? And everything was falling down. The other helicopter movie was he was saving his wife.
They all blend together.
Brian McKee says, "Do we want to know what our 50th nerd?"
No, it's got to be a surprise.
Okay, we'll wait.
He hates it.
But then it'll be a surprise to us and the audience, so that'll be fun.
By the way,
I hope it's newsstands because these stands.
I had another half to that Henry Cavill news that I
but
dropped.
before we
in there.
move on to
Okay.
that, San Andreas, according to Maria, was the last movie she took her dad to see, and even he was disappointed.
Why you got to say that, Maria?
There's so many sad things in that. I said happy nerd news. You are canceled. Maria has a good nerd news. It says, I'm excited that Mulan is supposed to release on 8/21 in time for her birthday.
I've never seen the animated Mulan, so I'm excited to see the live action.
Well, we watched the behind the scenes. If you have Disney Plus, there's a thing called Disney Insider. Go watch the Mulan one. It's really
so good.
It's fascinating. Like the way they trained the actress, they found like an actress who wasn't known, and the way they trained her. And the director is a female, and not many women get these big budget action movies, so we got to see it just to support that. But like everything going on, it's really fascinating.
Yes.
More nerd news. I love our audience.
I know. Thank you for the nerd news.
Dave says,
wait, should we give them an honorary announcement?
Oh God. This is for you, Hoff.
This is the nerd news.
Thanks. Hoff says Magicians Complete Series will be available on Blu-ray box set. I don't buy much box sets or Blu-rays or physical discs, but I have a feeling that box will look really cool.
I have a question for you. Okay. Sophie's Choice question.
Okay.
One show lives, one show dies.
Okay.
Schitt's Creek or Magicians?
Oh, I'm sorry. I love you, Magicians, and you're amazing, but I need more Schitt's Creek. The world needs Schitt's Creek. It's a happy, all accepting, all inclusive, amazing freaking show.
Pretty hilarious.
Just talking about it, my heart hurts, and I'm trying not to cry right now. I love them. One last comment from our audience, and then we'll do our rapid fires, and we'll be out. Maria, following up on the San Andreas and her sad dad comment. She said, Dad likes every action movie. His bar was really low. The Rock's daughter was unconscious for like 10 minutes and then came to without physical deficit, which is totally ridiculous. Well, there's a reason that I like what The Rock is cooking. It's because we always end with a happy ending. I'm never disappointed or sad at the end of a Rock movie. I know that even if I think the gorilla is going to die, the gorilla is really not going to die. And I like it.
If there's one thing you can predict about a Rock movie, it's a happy ending.
I like it. Okay, rapid fire questions. You have some?
Yes, I do.
You want to go back and forth?
Sure.
Okay.
I only have 2.
Okay, so then I'll go first.
Okay.
And audience, please answer these as well for yourselves. Number 1, what character would you most want to dress up as when you go on your cosplay grocery store date?
I just thought Thor. I don't know why, but that's not true.
But would you be Fat Thor? Like if we did a role-playing thing?
Man, I'm trying to lose weight.
You're fat. I'm saying, would you be Fat Thor? Like put the pillow in.
What you're saying there is a little bit.
If we throw back to what I said earlier, I enjoyed Fat Thor more than I enjoyed regular Thor. He was funny.
Well,
you get
that
to be
bodes
funny.
well for me.
And you have the big sign. So you already have part of your costume done.
Thanks, everybody.
Christian is he's got a rapid fire question.
Yes.
Ready? One lives and one dies. Schitt's Creek or 2 nerds in a garage. See you guys.
You've done this, Christian. We're dead.
We'll play Schitt's Creek during this hour.
Yeah.
Maria, right. We're not gonna get into that.
Here's your nerd question. You ready?
Okay.
What's your favorite nerd weapon?
My first instinct was to say lightsaber.
Okay.
I guess because it's unique and it's fun to wear on my hip.
Yep. Very nice answer.
Okay. Yours is. Now this is going to be bad. Now that I'm asking you this question after the Thor comment, you're going to think I'm saying you're fat again. And even though Maria said, did you just call you fat? And Jason says she didn't say it as much as she implied it.
Yes. Thank you. We need objective observers for this. It happens.
Maria's taking your side, even though you're constantly calling her stupid and giving her pew-pews.
I mean, let's not take away from her stupidness.
But my question before all that, which I thought was funny, is you have 2 choices. You can eat as much food as you want without getting fat, or be a millionaire without taste buds.
Millionaire.
Me too.
I mean,
if we have all the money, we can make these movies we're talking about.
Yeah, that's not a hard
We only
one.
care about food right now because we're home and bored.
Yeah.
Okay, what's your question?
I don't want chocolate and burgers right now. Maybe I have a problem.
Just saying. We like to eat.
What?
I'm just saying we like
You're just saying.
we like to eat. I said it in the beginning. I admitted it. We like to eat.
Can't blame quarantine anymore.
Like, yes, we can.
No, we can't. I can't.
I'm not eating during the day because I'm so busy. So if we were both like making a movie and out being busy, we wouldn't eat like we do right now.
Okay. She wanted to post a video of her new gimbal yesterday.
You're so cute and funny in it.
And it tracks the motion as she's going around the couch while I'm on, playing a video game. She's like, hey, can I post this? And I'm like, holy moly. That looks so bad.
Well, the beard also just makes your face look fuller. So when you shave, you'll feel better about it.
Let's hope.
But it was so cute. He was just so fascinated. Like, how's it doing that?
It's this piece of plastic that hugs your camera. And as she was walking around with it, the camera was moving by itself, tracking me.
And it was cheap.
Her phone.
Best nerd weapon for Dave Hoffman is the Infinity Gauntlet.
Ooh.
That's an epic, scary nerd weapon.
I wonder if
I don't know if this is Christian's best nerd weapon. Choking your chicken using the Force.
I'm really shocked that you let that go through. You did this? You did this.
Hopefully little kids watching don't know.
They do know.
Jason,
That's why we
but Jason Barton made it choking someone using the Force. You guys really want to choke things. Quarantine has made you angry.
Talk about jump the shark.
Okay. I have another question for you. Or do you
I have another one for you.
Okay.
Ready? Who's the hottest female nerd?
I don't know why I'm saying Drew Barrymore.
Okay.
Does she give off a nerd vibe?
She does.
She's the first one to pop in my head.
I find that a very acceptable question or answer.
It's so weird. I wouldn't thought of her as a nerd, but
Drew Barrymore. Good answer.
another person that I would love to have on the show. Because maybe like I grew up, like we literally were the same age. Like E.T. came out, I was the same age. I've watched her grow up. We've grown up together. We're basically best friends, but she just doesn't know it yet. So
she came into the hotel. She was super nice.
So she should totally do
nice.
the show. Yeah. And also,
did you guys like Santa
E.T.
Clarita Diet?
Nerd from the beginnings.
Oh yeah, but she's got a zombie show under her belt.
Clarita Diet, yeah. She's
That's
a
super nerd.
I love it. So he's from the Santa Claus only fat when he has a beard. Oh, that's a throwback. John hasn't watched the Santa Claus yet. Sorry, Mickey. Okay, I will make us watch it next month in August. Okay, I'm far enough away from my last December watching. Okay, one more.
Go ahead.
There's no mage in Realm Royale. Are you a hunter, assassin, or warrior?
Hunter.
I figured you would. You like to play the girl characters. Why is that? He always picks girl characters when he plays these video games. Almost all the guys that we play with who are like dudes always want to play the girl characters. Is that because you're admitting that we women are more badass than you dudes?
You guys have so much fighting.
I didn't like this. I didn't like this. You meant this, right?
That's what I was going for.
And that was the nerd news. So Dave has given us crap as we go out. He says, so much for Christmas in July. And
I want to see the movie.
Christian agrees. He says Santa Claus and Jingle All the Way. He's telling me to get on it. So I guess we're having Christmas in July.
With popcorn.
We have one less week. I'm always down for popcorn.
Yeah.
We also put Christmas music on this week then?
Okay, if that's what it takes.
Put us some Christmas lights, a little tree.
Fine.
Guys, we got to go. We're late. We've been on here way too long.
But we had a great time.
You're amazing, Sauce.
Thank you.
We definitely need you to keep going to that Apple and reviewing and rating for us.
Keep coming up with questions so we can answer them on air.
Yes, send them to us. Send them to us as a video so we can show you asking them. That's
we used to do that a long time ago.
I know, but now we can do it here.
Oh, we have the technology.
And I'm thinking that we might, some of our regular audience, we might start having you guys on this show so that we like meet the nerd audience.
Meet the nerd audience.
So if you're down for that. Okay. Hit our other button.
Hitting the other button.
You've been listening to Two Nerds in a Garage podcast. If you're having fun nerding out with us, please